Oh no! As I walked past the back of this vehicle, I thought I saw another high tide mark. Just recently, we had a Prado at one of the Prado hospitals, and it had a high tide mark on the door trims, you know, the mud on the speakers and all that sort of thing. And as I walked past the back of this one, I went, what's going on here? I thought this was the, you know, if you look at it from this angle, I'll try and take a photo and put it up as the thumbnail anyway, but very interesting. We're doing an injector replacement job and there's a whole heap of things that have been, you know, messed up. But check that out, right? Spare wheel cover. And he's got his own Prado in the picture there. How cool is that? So obviously you can get these done somewhere. Someone put it in the comments what the go these are, because guess what? I think some people will be interested in that. Even better if there was a spare wheel cover bag, you know, your storage bag, and then you could get that put on the outside of the bag. That'd be the go. I'd be up for something like that. So if we've got someone that knows where to get those, let us know, and we'll try and hook up a deal for 4x4 diesel so people can buy them directly and get some awesome thing at a, you know, bulk price, because we'll organise them all together. Quick message before we get into this video. It's probably almost too late by now, but today is Tuesday the 31st of May, and it's really getting to the last minute. When I say last minute, we are fully booked. We're super busy. I've sort of made it this week's last call for parts because we've got to get all the other work done, and then eventually we're going to get away, take a bit of a break, and we'll be back on the 11th of July after the school holidays. So unless if you just sort of got this message now and you're, oh no, I'd really needed to get an injector kit or whatever, okay, make contact ASAP today and we'll see what we can do for you. But other than that, just letting you know we're going to be on break, and we'll be back on deck Monday the 11th of July. Now let's get into the video. There's a bit of excitement. Hey guys, Anthony 4x4 Diesel. This vehicle, we're going to be able to show you a few things to avoid. It's had an engine rebuild and we've noticed a number of things, so we're going to go through those so you can check it on your vehicle and avoid the situation, hopefully. All this oil here, there's normally a couple of reasons why you get oil around here. Bit of oil blows out the EJ valve here sometimes, but you can see this time it's clean and dry, so that's not the case there. So the only reason all this oil's here is because the intake itself is actually leaking. It was never sealed properly. As I said, it's had an engine rebuild, probably had a cracked piston, a blocked oil pickup and all that. It was a bit over 200,000 Ks, so I don't know the full story. I know that its regular service happens at ARB Bendigo, and there's a number of things on the vehicle that is just not right, and you're actually going to have a big laugh eventually, or a giggle, or you might even do a little wee. But look, it's got a catch can, so you can see how well a catch can works. See all that wetness that's still there, right? It's still, you know what I mean? The wetness is still there, so it can't be taking too much moisture out. But I've got to tell you, the reason it's clean, this is so wet. If you have a look inside here, look how wet it is. So the engine, it's just a lot of blow-by, it's got to be using a bit of oil because it's just so wet. But these gaskets we suspect are wrong, because see these little tabs sticking out. They're either wrong gaskets or been put in wrong or something or rather anyway, because it looks like they're all leaking. Looks like pretty much every gasket's leaking, so we're going to fix it up with all the genuine gaskets, you know, in the right places. You know, we don't really need to go and say who rebuilt the engine, you know, whatever, but just once you get to these higher Ks, I can't remember, was it 3? Did you look or not? No, it doesn't matter, it's all right. Something like, was it 370 or 3? I don't know. Anyway, later in the video we'll update how many Ks it's actually done, but when you get to higher Ks, you do get a bit more of this oil blow-by situation, which is fine. But I don't know if this is more than usual. But that's why, I don't know, the plate, when people put the plate in, reducing the EGR flow, it works so well, because you can see this catch can, even though there's a catch can, you can see how wet it is. That's wet as anything. There's stacks of oil going through this system, because if the catch can worked, right, let's go to the vehicle and show you the catch can. Hey mate, while I'm doing that, do you want to see these bolts that they've sort of really rounded up and everything when they over-tightened it? Do you want to try and get them undone? Well, I'll go over to the vehicle and we'll have a look at this. So here's the catch can. It's a HPD. It's not a catch can video here, but you know, it's just what it is. I mean, obviously, this guy, he hasn't seen enough videos yet and gone in depth far enough to know that, look, they can actually. I mean, what's going on? What's going on here? Right? You know, they've cut the pipe and everything. I mean, you know, we haven't even got started here. What a disaster, right? So the catch can, right? You spend all this money, you put it in the way, it makes it really hard to get to the clamp of the intercooler, which is, you know, just, you know, the intercooler normally goes right here. Anyway, but it's good, because what makes it all better is he said there's some junk in the back you need to get rid of. Junk, eh? Oh, yeah. He's been watching a few videos. I mean, this is what I call well stocked, mate. This is an awesome gesture of appreciation. That's what it says it was. It's good. And we're just going to forget about all those little painful things. It's just, it didn't happen anymore. We're going to tell you about it in the video so that you can avoid it. Check your vehicle, look at your vehicle, go, oh no, mine's doing that too. Mate, we've even got the limes to consume. Okay, we just need that next for mango. Oh, look at that. It even had a soft packaging in there. Beautiful, look at that. So yeah, the assistant, he loves the Heinekens, the green boxes, just to be clear. The Coronas we share with everyone. The Great Northerns, they're good too. We're sort of going towards the Coronas, but look, mate, the gin, that's what I needed. Thank you very much. Bada bing. Beautiful. Now, what were we doing again? Work. That's right. A lot of all these extras we see we can work around. Here you go. Here's one for a laugh. This time, someone's, they've done the rebuild. I mean, it's got the genuine sticker, so probably genuine Belton. So it could have been at a genuine place. Look at this hose, right? The reason it's got that double insulation there, it's meant to be sitting down here, and it's in case it rubs on the timing cover, right? But they've got it right up on the wrong side of the hose. So we will try and move that back. The problem we've got is we might be better not to do that, and we don't keep this hose in stock. Never had to replace one. These hoses are awesome, but the problem is when we try and put it down there, it might end up sort of sitting in the wrong, because it's been bent and manipulated and heated. And so it's probably better that we don't touch it, to be quite honest. So what we'll do is, it's probably due for a BFE type thing. That could be something that happens next or next time or whatever the case may be. But that hose, in my opinion, needs to be replaced. And if anyone's not sure, it needs to be back sitting down here. Reminds me of the time that somebody came in and he had this drive belt sitting up on top of the pulley there instead of under. But these things happen, It's all good. People make mistakes. But yeah, this catch can, I mean, you've invested money. You've put something here that's kind of like, in the way and could cause problems if that reduces the flow of all of the... We've been through it before. The whole reason this system's there is so that the engine can breathe and get the moisture. And some people said about, you've even said it about the soot in the oil. There's not much soot in the oil compared to what's in the EGR. So the catch can, it isn't going to help anything whatsoever. It could cause problems. I'm not going to go into it. You can check the playlist. We've probably got a playlist on catch cans, or check out the EGR information playlist. But look, it can cause problems. If it reduces the flow, it could get dirty in the engine there. And I'll tell you what, I don't know, that's not looking the best, is it? But anyway, let's have a look once we get inside the engine. It could be interesting. Obviously, its job is to stop that oil going through. Hey, maybe it's full, who knows? It's got a gauge on it to tell you when it's full. Yeah, great design. I mean, you can't even tell how much oil's in there. It could be chock-a-block full, who knows? I don't know. Could be empty. Anyway, I don't know whether they work or not. Useless things. But there's heaps of oil in the intake. So what I would like to do, look, they've cut the pipe, You know how I like it, just original. Put the pipe back, put the hose back, or available at your Toyota dealer. Don't leave it too long, because eventually they won't be available, like everything else. Get everything while you can. Look, at the end of the day, put the pipe back, put the tube back, get this thing out of the way. The plate works well, is all I'm going to say there. Refer to the other videos. Plate works well, 7mm hole. Not telling you it's legal, depends what country or what state, where you are and where you're going to use it. But it reduces the EGR flow, And yeah, it's what it does. Reduces the EGR flow, that's for sure. It works. Doesn't mean your EGR system doesn't work. It only takes a very small amount of inert gases flowing through here to do its job. So personally, I believe it still works. Let's have a look at the, let's get around here and have a look at the intake. Look at that, have a bit of a squeeze in there, look at that. Yeah. Certainly no build up, but it's a pretty messy looking area down there. I'll have to do some cleaning up, but. Oh yeah, that bracket, that bolt that was loose, yeah, give it a wiggle for us, can you? So you can demonstrate. See that stay there, one of the brackets we lose. That bottom bolt there, I don't know if you can see it, I'll try and zoom down there, all right? Here we go. All right, wait, can you see it? Oh yeah, that's it, the bolt right there, yeah, that's it, right in the middle of the picture. That bolt, that's how it was, right? Normally we loosen that, but thanks for whoever worked on it last, we didn't have to loosen, it's already loose. Bloody about to fall out, isn't it? Anyway, we'll tighten it up when we're done, happy days. But yeah, there's going to be a few things like that, but we'll get on with it. Anyway, you got the big guns out and got it all undone. This is the genuine gasket, what it looks like, with a few greasy fingerprints on it. Don't worry about that, we'll clean it up again. We're just doing a bit of a comparison. Must be aftermarket, I haven't seen these before. See, they got the little tabs on them. And see at this end, they got some little cutouts in them. Anyway, look. I just reckon use that. See, they're a bit worn and torn. You can see that's where it's been leaking. Could have been, I mean, I'm not going to make any assumptions here, but you just use genuine and you do it all right as per the procedures we provide in the videos in the VIP group. You don't have any problems. This vehicle, we're just going to, like all the others, it's slowly been sent to the wreckers over the years, and we'll do our part, what we can do in a day to bring it back from the wreckers. Anyway, I don't know what else there is in this video. We'll have a bit of a look around, let you know if there is something. Oh, here we go, next little problem. So we're just taking the valve cover bolts out, and the one at the front here is missing. You can see there's no evidence. See here, you can tell when the bolt's been sitting there, there's a mark there. See, those are a bit clean, look at that one. Yeah, so no jokes, mate, it just wasn't there, you know. You're not gonna crack that valve cover because the bolt's not even there. Well done. Just a little bit here, guys, you might find interesting. See the RTV silicone along the back of the head there? There's no need for it, okay? This is why you get in the VIP group and you watch all the videos and you learn all the right procedures. The only place there should be RTV is at the front of the head, as demonstrated in our videos. 4 little dobs, and that is all. This just creates more cleaning, mate. What a mess. It's actually not too bad. That's after it's been cleaned for 20 minutes. That's just the last little line we've got to get off, but mate, you have to get back in there and clean more.
Lucky you bought beer.
Yeah. Oh, and I just noticed actually, this I was talking about that hose there, and I was focused on that hose, and I've noticed they put this hose on back to front as well. See, there's a long side and a short side. The long side's meant to be over here at the battery side, at the end of it, where it goes to the radiator. The long side over here, yeah, nah, because it brings in and says rubbing. Look, it's rubbing on the plastic there. Yeah, see? I mean, you know, lucky they're quality. It looks like a genuine hose, I've got to say. So, lucky, genuine, but when this gets to work, both those hoses have got to come off. Like I said, the top one we can reuse. They probably, you know, they probably replaced it when they rebuilt the engine or something. But yeah, we can reuse the top hose, and it's got the proper clamp at that end as well, hopefully, yep. Like it has at this side. But that hose, because it's been bent out of position. So I think we'll leave it for now. It's not a big deal, but next time the coolant, what's the coolant like? Yeah, it's looking a bit average actually. Could do with the coolant, so it's going to get some more work done. And because it's done a few Ks, I think it's going to get a BFE. All right, when they get a, so it's had a time belt at 326, which was 2019. Like I said, I think it's done about 373, somewhere up in the high, nearly 400,000. So yeah.